In 1903, two bicycle mechanics named the Wright brothers built and flew the first successful airplane. Less than 15 years later, the first aerial dogfights of World War I were happening at 100 miles per hour. Only 20 years later, World War II had carrier-based aircraft that were dogfighting at 400 miles per hour. By the 1950s, jet aircraft were routinely breaking the sound barrier. The 1960s and 70s saw spy planes flying at the edge of space with aerial refueling that allowed travel over thousands of miles. The 80s and 90s gave us stealth bombers that could fly around the world undetected, and space shuttles that would soon be flying astronauts to and from the space station. Today, unmanned drones seem like everyday technology, and the idea that they may be delivering packages to your door in the not-so-distant future doesn't seem entirely unreasonable. Planes, trains, or automobiles, the story is the same. From the Model T to the Tesla, or the steam locomotive to the bullet train, the pace of technology advancement is unrelenting. Never in history has advanced education or specialized training been more critical to participation in the workforce. JBT Corporation is a local company that designs and builds equipment for today's 1,000 to 2,000 container per minute canning industry. Let's meet some people that work there.
I'm a mechanical engineer here at JBT, so I work in the mechanical engineering department and I do a lot of project management, so I oversee projects and make sure that they're successful from start to completion. I'm still hands-on, but I work with other engineers and they do drawings, but we come up with designs together. What I like best about my job is working with people, working with teams of engineers. I'm not sitting in a cube all day. I'm working with other parts of the business, with sales, with the applications group, with the shop. I went to school in Fresno. I started off at a community college for a couple of years and then I transferred to Fresno State. My advice to students who are thinking about maybe college or no college is right now is the easiest time in your life to go to college. I went to college with a lot of people that were married and had families or were returning students, and it was 10 times as hard for them because they're managing, if they're married, a relationship and a family and everything that goes along with that. With a college degree, that's the foundation for entering industry or entering another job. It shows that you have that commitment and you have that discipline, and companies are looking for that. I would really encourage students to take that step into college.
My job here at JBT is the Senior Finance Manager. I'm responsible for the day-to-day operation of the accounting department. What I like best about my job is definitely the people that we work with. Accounting has a lot of interaction with other departments. I started with FMC right out of high school with just my high school diploma. I was a single parent looking for a job that had some benefits. That job was keeping track of the sales cost margin report that back then was all done with a Pentel pencil and a calculator. Over the years, of course, everything has changed, but I've had a lot of training courses, interpersonal relations, Incoterms, leadership classes. I've been in the workplace for many years. I started here in 1978. And I can tell you that back in 1978, JBT did hire employees without a college degree and then helped mentor you and give you classes. Now when we hire, we do ask for a 4-year degree. There may be some positions that don't require the 4-year degree, but I would encourage you, if you had any chance, to do that 4-year degree up front. So take that opportunity if you get it.
My job is a mechanical design engineer, and so that entails creating parts and components using math and physics to design them, and then using different types of programs to draw these components onto paper, and then we send these paper drawings out to a machine shop. And we have a machine shop on site. They create the parts and then they finish them, paint them, send them out to the customer. The part I like best about my job is creating a positive impact on the world. And in this case, it's food sterilization. So keeping safe food that's shelf stable for everyone around the world. That's pretty important to me. My road to becoming an engineer started at Madera High School. My dad is a physics teacher at Madera High, so he'd always give me a chance to look at, see how things worked, and giving me that interest to see how things ticked, how everything operated. I was able to pursue more that angle by being part of the Madtown Robotics program and this Team 1323. For me, the experience with robotics really focused me into mechanical, and so that got me the interest, and it let me see what I wanted to do for college. Then I went to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo for 4 years, and I got my bachelor degree in mechanical engineering there. So the advancements of productivity in our field have started with hand drafting a long time ago, and so it's moved up to 2D AutoCAD, which are really just lines on the drawing to show what a drawing is to get printed out, and now we've moved to 3D modeling software, and so that gives you a better idea of what you're looking at, and it lets you see interferences, how things fit together. We've purchased a 3D printer which uses extruded plastic to create small models. So I have several models that are actual full scale, so these things we're able to create quickly, to create prototypes, and then we can also make complex versions of some of the things that we make. It lets you speed up the process and not have to send stuff out to get machined and then come back and then you see if something's working correctly. A message that I would give to students trying to find their way to a job in the end is to find something that you're passionate about and something that really interests you, and then go with that.
I am the Engineering Systems Administrator here at JBT, and basically what that means is that I work with the engineers and use technology to try to make their job simpler, help them to focus on designing machines and getting them out there for use. What I love best about my job is just the fact that there's always new things to do, there's always new technology coming out. Like right now, for example, one of the things that's becoming really big and commercialized is 3D printing, and the ability to create models just from a printer and be able to use that for prototyping and developing new concepts. Yeah, my educational background, I started actually at a 2-year school, got my associate's degree, and then went on to a 4-year college where I majored in multimedia communication and technology. You know, there's definitely a high value in getting higher education, and you know, you learn a work ethic, you learn how to focus and study, you learn how to learn new skills, you learn how to work in teams. My job's definitely changed over time. When I started here at JBT, I was the help desk for IT, information systems. About a year ago, they transferred me over to engineering to help out with some engineering systems that they were implementing. The message that I would maybe give to those looking at college and looking at moving on in their careers is definitely go to college, definitely get that education. It's extremely important, and try out different things. Take stuff that maybe you're not sure if you're interested in to find out if maybe there is something there. Find what you're good at, find what you enjoy doing, and try to work in that area, because if you enjoy what you're doing, if you like your job, you're going to excel in your job, you're going to do well, and you're just going to be a lot happier overall.